So I recently completed the Certified Functional Medicine Practitioner program, or CFMP, which is offered by Functional Medicine University, FMU, and I thought I would record a little review for anyone interested in the program. Now, the program was created by a Dr. Ron Grisanti, and he's a chiropractor. Like me, he knew that cracking people doesn't help a lot of people get over their issues. Maybe temporary pain relief at most for most people. And medical doctors, they often seem slow to use the latest research, and they often seemed uninterested or unable to spend the necessary time on patient cases to resolve them, particularly in chronic cases. So he sees, his own training is a little insufficient. Medical doctors aren't reading the research, and he's reading the research, and it's like, why aren't people putting this stuff into practice? Why aren't people listening to the patients and ordering tests and trying to really figure out what's going wrong? And so I could really hear his anger and frustration in the introductory video. From my perspective, this seems like a passion project for him. I guess this is sort of like my ultrasound course. I created that after taking a bad course, which felt insufficient, and starting to use ultrasound. And ultrasound is like so amazing. I was like, oh, why aren't all chiropractors and medical doctors and physiotherapists using this technology? Oh, if no one's making great courses, I guess I got to. And I think I'm feeling the same vibe from this program. Dr. Grisanti wants as many professionals as possible to take his program, and it sounds to me like he really wants to improve the healthcare system. The program is open to most health professionals, but it isn't open to massage therapists, personal trainers, or wellness coaches who hold certifications but not an advanced degree. I'm sure any professional can make use of the information, but would definitely be more convenient to have prescription rights, or else you may have to work closely with people's family doctors. This is definitely not an all-natural healing program. This is a pretty evidence-based program. If the best course of action is a specific medication or antibiotic, that's what you need to get for your patient. Actually, in all honesty, there is some pretty hippie, all-natural vibe to certain presenters. But overall, very evidence-based. Now let's go through some of the pros of this program. First, it's 100% asynchronous. It's at your own pace. You can basically do it as fast or slow as you want. The lectures are available as video. You get transcripts of the video, which you can read. You get audio files, so you can just listen, maybe in your car when you're driving. So there's lots of ways of interacting with the material. Another pro is it's much cheaper than the alternatives. This CFMP program is less than $3,000. The Institute of Functional Medicine's IFM program is about $15,000. And a Master's of Science in Functional Medicine is about $30,000. So big difference. Now, the CFMP program has a mandatory 200 hours, and that's less than the 300 hours you may get in a Master's of Science. But he includes access to more than 100 hours of additional content. In fact, that's another pro, is that there's a continuous stream of additional blog posts and video seminars. It seems like it's every week. Frankly, to me, it's a little bit of a hassle because I get all these reminders in my inbox and I feel guilty for not reading or watching them all. Another pro is he's registered trademark the CFMP credential, so you can use that behind your name. Another pro, and this is a really big one for me, is that there's no mandatory yearly fees or continuing education credits required to maintain the certification. I already have 4 certifications that every year I have to pay yearly fees. Every one of them I have to do 10 to 30 hours of specific continuing education requirements, and none of the hours overlaps with any, so I'm doing like 100 hours of courses every year. I promised myself I wouldn't do another program if it required more fees, more yearly courses, because it's just too much for me. But I wanted to know functional medicine. And I also wanted something to show for the program if I could. And so CFMP credential and this program seemed just perfect for me. Another pro is FMU seems genuinely interested in furthering healthcare and is actively developing aids in using functional medicine in practice, sample intake forms. They're working at systems to help analyze test results. And their surveys, what do you need? What do you want? What can we make for you guys? So they seem really interested in helping professionals help people. Another pro is if you do the program and 100 hours of the included extra content, then that meets the 300-hour requirements to write the exams to join one of two boards, either the American Clinical Board of Nutrition or the Chiropractic Board of Clinical Nutrition. And it's much cheaper to meet this educational requirement through FMU than by getting a master's degree. So it's a good value. If you're interested in both these certifications or either of them, they require yearly fees and continuing education requirements. So for myself, I'm trying to resist adding more letters to my credentials. Another pro is that the program is approved for continuing education requirements for certain professions. Now on to the cons. So what are the cons? Well, there's no yearly education requirements to maintain the credential. So really, you can't trust that someone with this credential is keeping up with their studies. I guess that's a con. Another con is I found the program a little disjointed. The program has obviously been reworked over the years, with older lectures being replaced by basically seminar speakers. And this leads to a lack of cohesiveness. And I bet you the original lecture series was quite cohesive, but now it feels a little disjointed because you have original lecture and it seems like, okay, that one leads into this one, it leads into this one. And in addition to the transcripts, you have these insider guides to go along with them. And then interspersed with them, you have these seminar speakers and the topic doesn't necessarily flow with the other lectures. All the information is good, it's just the flow seems to be missing. Another con might not be as respected as a Master's of Science degree. Now, I think that's it. Overall, I recommend the program if you're interested in functional medicine. I think it's a great value. I did it myself, and I don't feel that that was wasted money. Now, I do have an affiliate link, so if you use that or tell them I sent you, they will give me a little kickback if you decide to purchase the program. That would be nice for me if you did that. Anyway, cheers.